Hey YouTube, Matthew Decker, Leverage Wealth Management. Hope that you're doing well. I run cash value life insurance reviews here on YouTube, and I'm excited today to roll out a new series on Index Universal Life Insurance for Dummies. It's an 8-part series where every video is 7 minutes or less, specifically targeting a topic around Index Universal Life Insurance, and I hope that you enjoy. When we talk about life insurance and why you should consider purchasing life insurance, often overlooked is the death benefit. Now, I hear you loud and clear, and believe me, I hear this comment all the time. We do 500 policy reviews a year for new clients. That doesn't include existing annual reviews and the people that we even turn away. Those are just the 500 people that choose to book meetings with us and move forward in our process. We hear all the time, I don't want death benefit. I want as little death benefit as possible. And I get it completely. I understand exactly where you're coming from. What you're really saying is, hey, this idea of life insurance sounds good, but I don't want to pay a bunch of fees. And I'm with you. The idea of fees being associated with the death benefit is what makes people say, I'm not in this for the death benefit. But let's take a step back for a second. And the reason that we're starting here is because we think of death benefit in a life insurance contract a little bit differently than most. This is not an account like any other account that you're probably invested in. This isn't like a 401k. It's not like an IRA. It's not like a Roth account. It's not like a brokerage account. It's not like a bond. It's not a savings account. You get the idea. It's a life insurance contract, and life insurance has a death benefit. And the reason it's important is because that makes life insurance what we like to call a self-completing plan. Now, when we say it's a self-completing plan, let's talk about the types of plans that aren't self-completing so that we can paint the full picture. These are going to be all the vehicles that you're already used to. You've got 401ks, you've got IRAs, you've got brokerage accounts, pensions. All of these are not self-completing, non-self-completing. And what that really means is when you put money into this account, you get out what you put in plus the growth. That's it. There's no leveraging up of your dollars. And so from a retirement planning standpoint, if you're young, if you're 30, 40 years old, or even younger than that, if you only put money into that 401k for 5 or 10 years and something happens to you, that is not a self-completing plan. You only have what you put in plus the growth. So we got a little chart here. I know that my face is cutting off some of it. That's okay. You put in $36,000. We're assuming a 7% growth rate on these numbers with no fees. 7% growth rate, no fees. 7% growth rate, no fees. So you put in $36,000 a year into this account. After 10 years, you've put in a total of $360,000, and your account has grown to $532,000. So if you die in year 10, you get $532,000. Well, it's not really a self-completing plan, because if you're 30 years old and you pass away and you got $500,000, if that's in a 401k, number one, it's all taxable, right? I mean, you're not getting that $532 tax-free. Your spouse is going to get it, and then when they start withdrawing on it, they're going to have to pay taxes on it. So it's not a real $532,000. If you make it 20 years down the road, you got $1.5 million. But again, same issue. If that's in an IRA, a 401k, that $1.5 million, that $1.6 million is not tax-free. You have to pay taxes on it. And so is it a self-completing plan? Well, man, if you pass away early into funding a 401k, there's not going to be much in there. It's just what you've put in plus some growth. It's not a self-completing plan. Life insurance is totally different. We get a leveraged death benefit. So if you put that same $36,000 a year into a life insurance policy, our death benefit's going to start at over $500,000. That's a self-completing plan. We didn't have $500,000 until year 10. If we're funding any other type of account with some modest rate of return from a growth standpoint, and again, no fees, we get that right out of the gate with life insurance. We go down 20 years, we're at $1.8 million. In our other account at 7% growth, we were at 1.5, 1.6, all taxable. The life insurance policy is 1.8, and it's all tax-free. Okay, so that's why this is the first video. I know that most people are not purchasing cash building life insurance policies for the death benefit. but you just need to understand that that death benefit is an important component in the thing that you're buying because it makes it a self-completing plan. If you happen to pass away early, your family is going to get a return, or they're going to get a death benefit value that is a leveraged up amount based on the amount of dollars that you put in. And so I know that you don't want a bunch of fees in your policy. I get it. I'm 100% with you, but I just want to make sure you understand that this is a life insurance contract. And man, if the worst happens, you are so much better off in a life insurance policy than really any other type of account if you experience some kind of premature death. And so that's important. And we like to talk about it because the worst thing that could happen is you put a bunch of money into a 401k, something happens to you or a loved one, and there's not much there to speak of, and your family's not going to be able to, live the way that they want to live when you're gone. And so it's not fun to talk about, but hey, it's a real thing. It happens to people. And for those people that it does happen to, if they have a life insurance policy, I promise you their families are glad that they had one. So that's the number one reason, the first reason that you should consider life insurance.